Unless it start getting good, we'll make it up if not.
Oh, I didn't put cognitions.
Oh, I done figured it out. Okay, let's.
Yeah, it depends on how juicy y'all make these love languages.
Love language.
She cut
I
out
just
for
said
a
it was a
second.
love language test.
It's a quiz.
Okay.
It's the love languages and a quiz.
Okay, well, I got the test in.
This is our final Valentine's month. This is it.
I got a whole lot of stuff for Black History. I'm just ready. Come on, y'all.
Okay, I'm tired of all this love mess.
Everybody can't have love like.
Okay, we're going to try and get you guys ready here. All kind of conversation going on. Just a second. We get KUAW up, we'll be ready. Cognitions is up, YouTube is up. Where's my Twitch? There it is. All right. I'm going to move with it as it is. All right. There. All right. We're going to be ready for the Cognition Show, getting ready to bring it to you with love language tests.
Hello and welcome to Cognitions, Speaking the Unspeakable with JP.
And Stacy D.
I'm JP Craddock, and I'm here with the one and only, the lovely, divine Miss Stacy D. Love. All right. We are broadcasting here on KUAW Radio, which stands for Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Because I'm going out of pocket, because JP is out of town. So we doing all this viral stuff. And my mind is everywhere right now. I'm in the office. Oh, my God.
Let me apologize to our listeners and our viewers. We are both remote. I'm out of town. But we're getting through the technological struggles of that. As I was saying, you can catch us here on KUAW Radio, also on FM 100.5 KOJH, Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter, TuneIn, and YouTube. The number to call into the show is 816-599-6893.
Be sure to like us and share. Oh, I just be popping in and out.
Like and share, because you're moving too much, D. You're moving too much. All right, coming up on the show today is our question of the day, which is, and this is the final in our series for Valentine's, for the month of love, The D wanted us to just focus on the love all month, and we did it, and this is it. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the love languages. And what is your love language? If you go to our Facebook page, I posted the quiz that you can take. So between now and when we get to that segment, you can take the quiz. It's really quick and see what your love language is. This is based on Gary Chapman's 1992 book, The 5 Love Languages.
It's only 5. Not be inventing and making your own love language. It's only.
But that could be funny. If somebody does not fit under the 5, I'm curious to see what they come up with. Okay.
That his love language is listening. I'm like, huh?
All right, so we have that coming up later. But before we get to that, let's get to our check-in. Hopefully the D has a little bit of Black history for us as we exit out of Black History Month.
And I do, you guys. Once again, I'm in the school district, so I'm just really on the Black history. Found out a lot of Black facts that I did not know. Like, for instance, JP, did you know the first female black black astronaut? Did you know it? I'm sure you knew it was one. Because we do.
Yes.
Yes, her name
Yes.
was Mae Jennison. Mae Jennison.
Yes.
She was black. But then,
Yes.
okay, do you know what? Because mind you, I'm in the classroom, so I'm just acting a fool with the kids because I got to give them some stuff. Okay, when you out and about, who has the most dry cleaners? African American, Caucasians, Asians. Who has the most dry cleaners?
I would think it would be Asians.
Is wrong. Is African American, and we invented dry cleaning, baby, in New York City. Mr. Thomas Jefferson in 1821.
Wait a minute. Thomas Jefferson?
It was a Thomas Jeffers.
Oh, okay. Okay. Invented dry cleaning?
Yes. He was like a mister to a mister, you know. So it was all about the cleaning. He had a laundry service. And then he went on and upped this stuff to a doggone laundry. He was the first one to do a laundromat. And just think about it, it was in 1821. So now he was free. And he was the first African American to get the first patent. He was the first one that they accepted.
Really?
Yes.
D, you dropping bombs right now. First thing, he was like, wow.
Now I'm gone.
Because you, D, did I not warn you before we started the show? Mr. Walker's back there dying laughing. I told you to control your sip. You can't move around.
I know you can't.
Okay. We're not accustomed to being virtual. Okay, back to Thomas Jeffers. This is wonderful. I mean, he was moving on up like George and Wheezy. But I'm gonna confess. Let me confess. I only recently, within the last year, found out that dry cleaning is not dry cleaning. I thought that dry cleaning was some way of using heated air to clean the clothes. It's still chemicals. It's not actually dry cleaning. So did you find out why they call it dry cleaning if it's not dry?
Okay, hold on a minute. Hold on, JP. We discussed this last week. This is fun. We're not going all deep, okay? It is fun. I'm not trying to find out what is the chemicals it is to dry clean somebody's stuff and why do they want to get dry clean, because they wanted a more crisper look. I did find that out. He wanted to give his men a more crisper look. So that's how he was able to invent the dry cleaners.
This is amazing. You said 1820.
21. He was a free man.
So he was free in the North.
Yes.
Okay.
And like I said, he was the first African American to get a patent.
That's amazing. This is great. I thought that the first African American to get patented was the African American female who invented hair products, and she started off by selling them door to door.
Was the first. I'm telling you, I know so much Black history now. And it's really bad because I went to all Black elementary. She was the first African American millionaire, female millionaire.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Madam C.J. Walker, baby, get your names right.
Yes. Well, there was Madam C.J. Walker, but there was another.
She was the first. Well,
there was another Black woman
behind her. Everybody else was behind her.
Okay. Well, this is D. Thank you for giving us. Oh, you're not done?
No.
Oh, well, give us more. Give us more.
I'm giving it to you. Okay. It was like the kids was like blown away because once again, you got to know your history to make history. Dr. Joseph N. Jackson. Guess what he invented? I forgot to put his date down. He invented the remote control and parental control.
Really? and parental controls. How long has the remote control been around?
I don't know.
Because back in the day, we were the remote control. Go turn that TV. Right. Go turn that TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't remember when I stopped being the remote control.
I can't remember neither. I think it was like in the 80s.
It had to be, because when cable first came out, it had the box with the buttons that you push on the buttons.
They had a remote control to the cable, though.
There was?
Yeah. I remember when they was putting the box up. Really? Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah. Wow.
Well, why was I the remote control when I was a kid in the 80s?
Now, I guess I should have turned that on so everybody could hear it. They probably wondering what y'all saying really about. Okay, I got the mic on, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
so y'all
Mr. Walker, drop that bomb again.
All right. In the 60s, I think around 64, 65, we had a Zenith television that had a remote control. It still had the big knobs that you turn, but when you push the button on there, you could turn that to the left or to the right. It made a big noise, said ka-chunk when it turned it. It wasn't silent.
Everybody did not have that, Mr. Walker.
We were fancy on the block then. When we had that television, we were fancy. And it wasn't color, it was black and white.
Wow.
See, I don't black and white TVs. I only remember color.
I remember black and white TVs.
We didn't have a black and white TV, so that's why I say that.
Yeah.
When I couldn't watch TV for a very long time. Read a book. Okay, so then Mr. Glanville T. Woods, he invented roller coasters and the telephone that the railroad can be able to talk and just wouldn't run over people. So he invented communication for the railroad and the roller coaster.
And the roller coaster.
Boy,
that is amazing.
Okay, here's the one that's more up to date to us, JP.
The roller coaster is up to date to us. I ride a roller coaster right now.
No, I don't do roller coasters.
I ain't scared. I
do a whole lot of things, but I don't do roller coasters. Check this out. Don't you remember those guns, the super soaker guns?
Yes.
Play with them, right? The big water. Lonnie Johnson invented that. And guess what? He sold his idea to Hasbro. Hasbro owed him $73 million. His children after him done finally got the money for like $180 million. Yeah.
But they tried to cheat him.
They did. But he was too smart. If I invented the gun, you think I ain't gonna be able to count my money? Y'all owe me $73 million.
Wow. That's odd. Was it a patent dispute, or how did they manage to not pay him? Oh, okay, D. Never mind. Okay. You wasn't going that deep. Okay. I'll be curious. I want the whole story. That's a lot of money to get cheated out of.
Go ahead and finish the story. I'm sure you'll have it for us next week.
Okay, so but he didn't get the money before he died. His family got it.
His family did get it. Yeah,
that's sad.
That was in our generation. The super soaker, that'd be the thing. On family reunions. You have to have the water fight.
You had to have a super soaker.
Oh, they're the
because you can't be still. You can't.
Okay. Then we have Jesse Russell. He invented the digital phone, them Android phones, probably. Black man.
That would be all phones, wouldn't it? All cell phones.
I guess so. It was. They said it was the digital cell phone.
Wow.
And then
before the BlackBerry.
Probably was. Yeah, the BlackBerry.
The big
of a BlackBerry. Boy.
The big phone that was in a suitcase. He invented that. Wow. Okay.
Black man. And mind you, it was a whole lot of more, but this was just the ones that really interests me. Then, you know, Paul Downing in 1891, he invented two things. He invented the blue mailbox.
What? The blue mailbox?
Mailbox.
I thought I invented that. What's the blue mailbox?
Mr. Walker, can you please come in? Because now he just got me mad. The blue mailboxes that you put your mail in.
Why are they blue? I don't understand. He invented the mailbox. Oh, you mean the big mailbox at the post office?
There you go.
D, why couldn't you say he invented the big mailboxes at the post office? He invented the blue mailboxes. My mailbox is blue.
But I'm not good.
Professor said everybody else figured it out now. You didn't figure it out, Joe.
But when did he invent?
He invented one more thing. He invented the light switch. Choo-choo, choo-choo, choo-choo.
Ooh, now that's good.
Right. We needed that.
Now that's for real.
Just some of your research. The Super Soaker was paid the $73 million for underpayment of royalties. They hadn't been giving him the full amount of his royalties. So he had it licensed to Hasbro. They were supposed to pay him so much, and they underpaid him.
Yeah, like and I can't keep track of my money.
Shady.
Okay. Then I want to read something that was so phenomenal to me. This black man at the wait a minute. It was the black man. He was at another, because I'm going to all the little Black history programs at USC 500. I've been to all of them because it's so fast, right? So they had this one speaker, and he said this, and this is bad because you know how my memory is. I'm getting old, almost 60.
I know you are almost 60, yes.
He said, listen to this. Listen to this. He said, my grandfather used to walk 10 miles to work. My father walked 5 miles to work. I drive a Cadillac. My son, he said, my son drives a Mercedes. My grandson will drive a Maserati, but my great-grandchild will be walking again. That was so bad.
Wait a minute. The great-grandchild will be walking again?
Yes. Yes.
Why?
Nobody catching but me. So I'm like,
D, you you were so out of control. D, you was in and out. Your mic cut off because you overexcited. Okay. Why is the great-grandchild gonna be walking?
Because we have worked so hard to make it easier for our next generation that they don't understand the struggle and they don't work hard.
Well, they better not make the baby walk 10 miles. I'm hotlining somebody.
Oh my God, here he go again.
That baby better not walk 10 miles. I know that.
What it was, it's about the generations.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Seriously, like how he broke that down is great.
Yeah, I thought that was like, didn't nobody else get it but me in the audience, I don't think, because I was the loudest one.
No, I'm sure they got it. Like, that's, or
maybe I was just
Black folks always talked about walking 10 miles in the snow both ways, but I like how he really broke that down.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, that's good.
that was
Okay, D,
good.
you got anything else for us? Because these are some
Now
good Black history
I'm
facts.
so excited about Black History, and I'm gonna do Black History 365 days a year.
Mm, we should do at least one Black history fact every month
At least, yes,
to
most definitely.
to rebel against being confined to 128 this year, 29-day
Right.
month. Okay. Especially when we get the kids back in the station, it'll be good for them to get a little bit of Black history. Like, they need that on an ongoing basis.
Yeah, and it's really bad too because, like, I'm hyped. Like the teachers love for me to get into the classroom with the kids. So they say usually I hype them up, but they was making me mad today when I'm giving them these facts. They just taking everything for granted. Do you understand that we did that? We did that.
Yeah, because, and did y'all explain to them the significance of we live in a country where um, Eurocentrism, they have tried to present that we
Yes,
have not been a major dominant contributor to our
exactly.
modern society, as if even on the plantations, it was the slaves who were masons. They made the bricks that built those mansions. Okay,
Yes,
like,
man, you're right,
when you
man.
go all the way back. And so this is good that you guys are educating them on our impact over generations from the time that we was dragged here. Like,
But I
young.
go back to Africa. I'm good. I go visit, but I don't need to go back.
Well, yeah, well, because you're African American, and the American part is the bigger part, probably. Okay. You ain't ready for the motherland, and the motherland ain't ready for you.
No, they're not.
You keep, you keep disappearing. Yeah, the D need to stay right here. But it is good for our young people to see, because they watch the news every day. There's some level of racism, institutional racism. They're being hit with it on a daily basis, so they need to know, no, you and our ancestors have worth and value and made significant contributions to the way that we live our lives in America. So that's great, D. All right, let's get to mental health and illness in the news.
Okay.
Let me see. I skipped my check-in because the Black history information was too good to be interrupting it for a check-in. But I came across this article, and it's "Why Do I Crave Affection?" And I wanted to talk about it a little bit. This is an article that originally, it was written by Lori Jean. It originally came out in 2021, but it was updated April 12th of 2023. And it kind of caught my eye. So let's talk about the need for intimacy. According to this article, the first and most obvious reason why you may crave affection, crave it, is because you don't have enough of it in your life
Mm.
outside of romance. Okay. Some people tend to experience this due to a lack of close relationships, the absence of a romantic partner, or simply not having a strong support network of friends and family. And so people who don't have that strong support system, and this is true, I have noticed that with my clients who they live here, they moved away from their original hometown to live here in the city, and their family members are far away. They don't really have a huge support system here. The main thing they want to focus on in therapy is I need love, I need love, I need affection, I need it, I need it.
Love and affection.
Love and affection. And so that's what this article was talking about. And I thought that was interesting because I can agree with that. Now, something else that it talked about is childhood experiences. And now we're kind of getting into the whole attachment disorder thing, reactive attachment disorder. You know, if a person did not experience or get, you know, a lot of love and affection as a child, it can cause them to
Most
have a
definitely.
longing for that, of course.
And they get in all situations.
Right. Another reason state noted in the article is low self-esteem and a need for external validation. Additionally, basically saying if you're craving affection, it could be due to some low self-esteem, low self-worth, and needing someone else to validate you, to tell you that you are important, you are special, you are this, you are that. The goal, they probably didn't really get into this in the article, but I have to address it from this perspective. The goal, of course, what, D?
We know you are.
The goal, of course, would be for a person, once you become aware of that, which is the insight-oriented piece, once you become aware of that, alter that pattern of seeking out other people to give you worth and give you value, and work on those self-esteem and self-worth issues, because really you'll attract healthier partners. When a person is dependent upon other people for that external validation and to feel worthy and feel of value, the people you attract who are willing to present as if they're going to do that for you, oftentimes it comes at a price. Those don't tend to be the healthiest relationships. The healthiest relationships is when you come into it whole, as opposed to needing someone to complete you.
That's right.
So, but I thought that whole piece was pretty interesting. Any thoughts on any of that, D?
I totally agree.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. Let's get to our question of the day. What are the love languages and what is yours? This is our Valentine's Month series. We're closing it out with this.
Remember that song?
We couldn't hear you.
Is this the end?
Oh, yeah.
My friend.
Who sang that?
I don't know. Research and check it out.
Look at the professor. The professor, he's Professor Smooth Jazz. He might know. Yes. Professor, look it up. Okay, so what are the love languages? This is based upon, as I said before, Gary Chapman's 1992 book, The Love Languages. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to give like a brief summary for our listeners and our viewers on the love languages. And then, D, did you take the quiz?
Taking it now. But I already know my love language, but I'm taking it again.
You've taken it before? Okay. Hey, all right. So, yes. Yes, Professor.
What's the name of the song you wanted to look up?
Is this the end?
Is this?
Oh, I'm tripping. That's New Edition.
It is.
What is wrong with me?
Is like, is that what they're talking about?
No, that's new. No, is this the end? That's New Edition. How could we not know that, D?
I don't know. Because we virtual.
That's it. Well, and one of us is close to 60, so that's why one of us could remember that. All right. So just in case you need a little refresher, let's briefly go over the love languages. 1, acts of service. Making your significant other coffee in the morning, or running an errand so that they don't have to do it, picking up their dry cleaning, right?
And so Don't forget to thank Thomas Jeffers for that.
Thank Thomas Jeffers for that. So it could be, you know, making them breakfast in bed, acts of service. These are ways that if you are a person that is your love language, that's how you express love. Let me step back and explain this a little bit more than what this article did. The love languages, the purpose and the value of it is because not everybody expresses love the same way. And so oftentimes what I see with couples who come in for therapy is they don't feel loved. They don't feel appreciated. And as we take a look at what their partner is doing, oftentimes it turns out that the partner just has a different love language. And so they're not saying, I love you, ooh, ooh. They are expressing and showing love in other ways. And so it is important to be aware of what your partner's love language is. Now, my suggestion is once you find this out, because the mistake a lot of couples make is, well, I got my love language, you got yours. Okay, well, really, to make a relationship healthier and better and more loving, even if you and your partner have different love languages, try to learn their love language. Try to express love in the manner that makes them feel loved. But both of you need to accept and acknowledge, okay, my partner, my spouse is showing love. They're telling me they love me, even if it's not the way that I'm accustomed to hearing it. Okay, so acts of service, and then you ready, D, for the next one? Giving and receiving gifts, because we've talked about this on the show.
Mine was 0.
This can, of course, apply to big gifts, a diamond ring, but smaller gifts like random flowers or giving them their favorite candy bar. You know, when you're in the store, you ever been in the store and you think about something, you see something and you think about your partner and you like, let me go on and get that for my baby. You get it, right? So, yes.
It's been long. I had that feeling. So maybe that's the reason why it's 0.
For giving and receiving gifts?
Yeah.
It's D, 0. That is a part of your love language because one, acts of service, because you always want somebody to mow your lawn and do this and do that. And we have talked about you receiving gifts on the show also. So I don't know why your score is showing up 0, because so far you like both of these things that I just covered.
The acts of service was 19%.
That's a little low. Okay, that's a little low for the D. Okay.
What was yours, JP?
Huh?
What was your percentage?
It didn't give me percentages on each one. It just told me what it was.
Oh, no, I have percentages on mine.
So I probably didn't take the quiz right. But it told me what mine is. It told me what it is. I'm going to have to retake it and figure out what my percentages are. Okay, here's the next one. Quality time. Being together without distractions and giving each other your undivided attention can entail activities like going on a hike, having dinner, a picnic, or just making time to talk about your day. This is so important. People, listen to me. You don't have to plan some big outing. Every day when you come home, touch base with your partner and ask them how their day went. Talk about your day. Because here's the thing about the love languages. This isn't something that you want to do once a month, once every couple of months, once every couple of weeks. You can express love in some ways every day. And when you think about it, I really can't imagine not talking about your day. But there are a lot of couples who get out of the habit of doing that. They just don't ask, how was your day? They don't know how each other's day went. So fortunately for me and my wife, we both work from home. We talking about our day during the day. She busts up in my office.
19%. Quality time was 19% again.
Really? Okay.
But you can see that I work so much.
That could be it. Okay. Words of affirmation.
That was one of my big.
Compliments. But this also includes showing verbal appreciation and encouragement and saying, I love you. This is the verbal piece. Now, here's what I've run into a lot in therapy sessions is one partner will be very verbal and the other will not. And oftentimes it is the female partner in heterosexual relationships that will be more verbal because parents make the mistake of raising their daughters to be expressive and to communicate and share their feelings, and their sons are raised to handle business. And the communication piece is oftentimes left out. And so it's important to raise your kids to be able to communicate and express their feelings. Because if they're in a relationship with someone whose love language is words of affirmation, and they're never getting that from your kid that you raised, they're like, I don't have the words. I ain't got the words. I ain't got the words to say. That's gonna be a problem.
That was one of my highest ones. Love of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. Okay, what was your percentage on that one?
29.
Okay. You're kind of even across the board though, D.
Except for physical touch.
Of course. Let's get to that one. Let's get to that. Physical touch, which is cuddling, kissing, hold hands,
right.
But hold, giving massages, right? Hugging, and of course, making sweet love. These are all examples of physical touch. And D, what was your numbers in this again? You said 73%?
32.
Back when we was in high school, your numbers was probably higher, D. They done came down because you almost 60.
Yeah.
You don't want to hurt yourself.
Don't want to hurt myself. Been a caught a cramp.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, D, that was your highest one.
Yes, it was.
So your love language, and mine was quality time. And let's see, you show love by making time for the people in your life. From planning a weekly Sunday brunch for your friend group to booking a weekend getaway for you and your mom. Likewise, you feel most loved when others make time for you. You enjoy being invited to do stuff. It could be as extravagant as a surprise beach vacation or as simple as running errands together. And so I agreed that quality time, yes. But I do need the percentages because as I was taking the quiz, a lot of them I struggled between two answers. And so this one probably barely edged out one of the other ones. And it is good to know what the rankings of your love languages. D, what you're describing is that basically all of the love languages are your love language.
Everything's my love. I couldn't believe I have 0 on receiving gifts. But it must have been another
That's
answer.
not accurate.
But it must have been another answer that appealed to me more than giving a gift. Like I'm tired and you do something for me so I don't have to do it rather than receiving a gift. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm tired, I'd rather for you to be like, babe, you don't have no gas? No, I feel like I was too tired to get some gas. And you go do my gas.
Yeah.
But I think that's two. You buy gap and active service. That's two.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe that you're zero with, and this is not only receiving gifts, this is giving gifts. D, do you give gifts?
To my kids and my grandkids.
Okay. Not to a man. Don't play, D.
I
You
don't
have
have
gave him, when you had a man, you gave him something. You gave him some good
you
gifts.
get all the gifts.
I see. So that zero can't be accurate.
And now I'm about to take it again. I was rushing because I wanted to have my numbers up, you know. I was not prepared like JP.
Because you were supposed to be planning this show and you somehow got me to do all of it again. D, you were supposed to be coming up with the topic for this show,
But
and doing it.
You did such a great job.
All right, so we covered the love languages. Any other thoughts on the love languages, D?
None at all, JP. You know you cleared it up really well.
Well, thank you. I just want to stress to everyone, please do not become locked in your love language and think that that gives you a pass on expressing love to your partner in the manner that they hear it, in the manner that speaks to them. I love you. And I know that it can be difficult. Some things like what a lot of couples struggle with is if one person, for example, is acts of service and the other person struggles in that area. I had a couple, 3 sessions, they argued over him not taking out the trash.
That's a
3, in fact, they not only argued, they argued about him not taking out the trash, and then they argued because she took it out.
So what? Just stay there and stink the house up?
I never could figure out what he was trying to. He doesn't like to take out the trash, but he felt like her taking it out embarrassed him in front of all the neighbors because my woman ain't supposed to be taking no trash out. But she's like, fool, then you take it out. He's like, my woman ain't supposed to be taking it out. No, she just said for you to, why are you not taking it out? And so he ended up saying, she doesn't give me a chance to take it out. She takes it out before I can. Her response, though, was, really? Because when I hear the big green truck coming down the street, clearly you wasn't taking it out. But what we ended up talking about, I wanted him to understand why this was so important to her. Because he's like, what's the big deal? It's the trash. If I miss the trash truck, we'll take it out next week. But for her, this was a love language. She's like, I want you to take out the trash. I want you to cut the grass. I want you, it was just, she's like, can you put the clothes in the washing machine once in a while? Like, can you fold them? Can you do the dishes? And so explaining to him that this isn't just about the dishes or the laundry or the trash. This is a way, when you do these things, she feels like you are doing them because you love her enough to do it. This is her love language. And he got that. But it can be hard.
I didn't catch it like that. It was just like, I was raised a certain type of way, and there was things that I did in the house, and this may be so wrong, Stacy. But it was just certain things in the house that I did, and there were certain things in the house that my brothers did. Point blank, period. And even I had went on a date with a guy, and he was coming to pick me up from my home, and it happened to be trash day. And no, we can't put trash cans out. They won't pick them up, but we have big recycle bins. So I purposely left my recycle bin there. I left my recycle bin on the curb to see, was he gonna have another date?
That was good.
And guess what?
He brought it in. Yeah, that was good.
He got out of his truck and brought it in, and then came and knocked on the door.
Now I got a question, because our trash men are ornery, they throw our can out into like the street, or they'll block the driveway with it. And so if your people do that, he had to move it to bring his car in the
Oh,
driveway.
he didn't.
So he could have
They,
drove past it.
they don't act like that in the suburbs. No.
You know what? That's what I'm in fact, hold on, let me be careful what I say. Ooh. Because we speak the we speak the unspeakable, but
last week, you don't never be careful what.
We speak the unspeakable. I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this. Okay. The trash companies, their way of giving back is hiring people who struggle to get jobs in other industries. And so, for a lot of our population who have had legal problems, they welcome and embrace them. So, it'd be some rough trash men in my neighborhood, D. They will throw that can out into the street.
And guess what? We have the same rough looking ones, but they don't do that out there.
Well, here's something that I noticed. My neighbors, all my neighbors around me are white, and I noticed they can't run down the street. So I called the trash company because I wanted to know, are they cans not in the street because they white or because they're elderly? Because they all are 125 years old and above. And so I wanted to know, because I'm thinking I could not have upset the trash people because I don't interact with them. I don't know them. Now, maybe I'm putting out too much trash. I have no idea. But I called and said, listen, why are my cans out in the street and my white neighbor's cans and I don't know the race of the trash men. So I don't know if it was black trash men or white trash men. All I knew.
What did the trash company say?
They said that they would look into it. They apologized for it and said that they would take care of it. So for the next 3 weeks, my cans were neatly placed where they go. That 4th or 5th week, them cans was back out in the street. I didn't even bother calling. I'm like, forget it. So, but back to the love languages, that's an act of service, and I encourage the husbands that I see in therapy, hey, like, it would be okay for you to unload the dishwasher. It would be okay for you to take the clothes out the dryer. If like, why are you determined that these are her tasks to complete? And it would be a wonderfully pleasant surprise to your wife if she came home and you done put a load of laundry in the water. The washer just going. It just a going. Not
4 and 8 though. That's high wattage time.
We don't have those rules.
You just not paying attention.
Is that all over the city?
It's everywhere.
Really?
4 p.m. to 8 p.m. is high wattage. They charge you more money for using utilities electricity between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. The lowest time, because now if you look at your bill, there's certain, they breaks it down. Like, you pay this much between this time and this much between that time. The lowest time to use things is between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m.
Let me tell you, my wife has been complaining about our bill for months.
That's the reason why. Yeah.
We are doing stuff during high wattage.
You're using through high wattage. Yes. Yes.
So we got to wait till midnight to wash the clothes.
No, you can do something at 8:01. It goes down at 8:01, but the highest is between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m.
That's crazy. When did that mess start?
I think June of last year.
Clearly, I need.
We in a big metropolitan city, but we still only have one utility company.
They got a monopoly.
Let's get our own utility company, JP. I think we need to do that. We need to be on the Black African American list next time. Own the own utility company. How about that?
As you was going through that list, I was thinking, dang, we need to invent something. Everybody else has. What we gonna come up with?
Let's get us a utility company. Let's find out how we can have a utility company.
That's going real big, D. That's going real big.
Metropolitan cities, it's like 5 and 6 different utility companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, think.
Yeah. Ours is it's a nightmare. Okay, that's a good idea, D. I was thinking about us inventing some kind of little gadget that fits in your head, but you said a utility company.
Go big or stay at home. Sure.
That's going big. All right. I think we are good on the love languages.
Mr. Walker, think about a love language.
Ask the professor what's his love language.
What's your love language, Professor? We don't know.
Professor, you could hear him. He's not in the microphone. Professor, get on the mic.
I'm listening to what y'all talking about, but I'm not gonna participate in some of those conversations.
Because any other time if we was busy and ain't got time for you to participate, you ready to get participated.
Well, some of those discussions I say neutral in. Some of those discussions. Hey, but
Professor, you don't know your love language, do you?
No.
What?
Look like you fell out of your chair.
I did a D. I done fell out my chair.
Hey, but last week you didn't want me to talk because I was going to disagree with you.
Well, this time you need to be talking, Professor. Now, it's a lot of single women out there, and they want to know if your love language matches up with theirs.
It's like that. I was telling Mr. Walker when y'all were talking about that, I said, it's like that episode of The Twilight Zone. This guy, he wanted everybody to be like them, but then when they changed like him, he couldn't stand them. Because they act just like he did. Yeah. So all those.
So you saying that
sometimes when everybody.
They probably shouldn't have the same love language.
Maybe not.
I don't know, Professor. I think it works best when people have the same love language. But I hear what you're saying. Professor.
Some people said opposites attract.
Well, true. I'm saying, Professor, you need to figure out what your love language is. You out here dating recklessly. You don't even know how you love.
Hold on.
You don't even know how you love.
Now, hold on. You didn't hear me with those stories that your co-host has all the time. Because every time I come, it's something different. I get used to one thing, and then I'm like, okay, I got to change up. I'm just saying. I just got to change up sometimes. I get used to, hearing you say this, and then I say, well, I can't bring that up no more.
Professor, we speak the unspeakable. You can bring up whatever you want. Only thing that's going to happen is we're going to get censored and the station going to get fined.
No, I'm not going to talk about anything I'm going to get censored about. Because I can't.
We haven't been censored.
My professors won't let me. I have to be an example.
Okay, Professor. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's our show for today. Thank you all for joining us. And remember, worry about nothing.
And pray about everything.
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 Thank you and God bless.
Bye-bye now.
Right, good show, good show. You coming and going on us.